Welcome everybody, and today we're taking a look at 1943's Edge of Darkness. Now this is part of Warner Brothers archive collection, which is newly released into the UK directly from them this time, which we'll get more onto later. But yeah, this is directed by Lewis Milestone, who also directed The Strange Love of Martha Ivers and Halls of Montezuma. Obviously he's done All Quiet on the Western Front and numerous other well-known films, but unfortunately they're the only other two I've seen from him after this one. And clocks in at 119 minutes long. It's a World War II film. Stars Errol Flynn, who I've only seen in The Adventures of Robin Hood, and Sheridan, who I've only seen in Woman on the Run, which is a fantastic film noir, as well as Walter Huston, who was in the likes of The Treasure of the Sierra Madre and Dragonwyck, and finally Ruth Gordon, who was in the wonderful Harold and Maude, as well as Rosemary's Baby. And yeah, this is set in a small Norwegian village, and it pays tribute to the heroic spirit of common people taking up arms against the Nazi invaders. Gunnar Broge is a common fisherman who leads the town's resistance efforts, and yeah, Anne Sheridan is the love interest to Gunnar Broge's character. Walter Huston plays the doctor, and Ruth Gordon plays the doctor's wife, both of which are the parents of Anne Sheridan's character. So yeah, this is definitely a film of its time, being made during World War II, and you can certainly feel the ferocity and anger towards the Nazis, and rightly so, while such feelings can be sensed building up in the characters as they are pushed further and further, which inevitably explodes in a rather action-heavy finale. The cast is also great, it is well paced, the cinematography is excellent, the production is solid, the character interactions are executed effectively, it is predominantly engrossing, the setting is well used, and the narrative round is really well done. It starts off with the Nazis coming into the village that has been decimated. There's dozens and hundreds of bodies on the floor, and then it flashbacks to what actually happened, and then it links up to the beginning again. So yeah, that's also really, really well done. So yeah, overall a really rather cracking film. Not my it's probably just as good as A Strange Love of Dr. Ivers, also from the same director, but yeah, it's not any better, but it's not any worse, as crucially as well. So yeah, solid 4 out of 5 film. But my main issue with this is the fact that it's physically presented in one of the weakest ways possible, because unlike previous Warner Brothers classic films, which have been notably released by the likes of the Premium Collection by HMV, they came with a really rather nice slipcover, usually came with posters or art cards, or both in some cases, or a booklet, sometimes even a DVD alongside the Blu-ray. That doesn't necessarily bother me, but it's definitely something that is also still missing. And yeah, the majority of the Premium Collection from HMV were released by Warner Brothers. There were some by Universal, Sony and Paramount, but the vast majority were by Warner Brothers. And yeah, now we have this instead, which, yeah, no art cards, not even a printed disc. Got these, you know, really thin, really rather cheap Blu-ray cases. Now sure, it's got a couple of extras on the actual disc. You got a Western short called Gun to Gun, which is 20 minutes long, and you got the one of the classic Looney Tunes cartoons, To Duck or Not to Duck, which is around 6 minutes long. Yeah, well, worthwhile additions, no doubt about that, but physically there's nothing here at all to really like about. And the fact is, they're no cheaper. They're around £15, which is exactly what the Premium Collection were, but they had a lot more going for them. So yeah, it's a great shame that the Premium Collection has ended, and it's purely because the likes of Warner Brothers have seen the money that can be made from them directly releasing these films, rather than HMV being a third party, basically bringing the releases over from America, because the Archive Collection has been out in America for a while now, and yeah, and that's just the way it is. So yeah, unfortunately we've only got these to really look forward to. Now, I'm not annoyed that we're getting these films released, because this is a really, really good film. It's not one I'd seen before, and yeah, definitely one that is worthwhile in my collection. I just wish, in terms of presentation, it looked more like this than like this. And yeah, even the cases on the Premium Collection look nicer with a clear case, and yeah, the fact that they're also thicker as well, so they feel a lot more tougher. As you can see, they're a lot skinnier on the new ones, and like I said, you did get art cards as well. So, and even the disc was a little bit better printed as well. that just basically has a simple title, whereas at least with the title on this, it looks, you know, somewhat similar to the one that is on the actual front as well. So yeah, not impressed by the physical aspects, but the film itself is really rather great, and yeah, the couple of extras that are on it are decent. So yeah, there is that, but I just wish the premium collection was still around. But when you lose like basically 90% of your releases, you're never going to be able to keep going, because there's no way they could have kept going with the few minor Paramount and Universal and Sony releases that they had lined up. And yeah, which is a great shame, but it just goes to show that yeah, the physical market now has really enticed the big studios into coming into the market themselves. So maybe that'll be a good thing in the future, but regardless, in terms of the physical presentation, there's no way near as good as it has been in previous Warner Brother releases. But yeah, still, it's well worth watching. It's a really, really good film. And yeah, nonetheless, thank you for watching this. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.